Good evening everyone, welcome to the Crypto Wave. It is me, JollyV. Today is Thursday and we are crashing. Yes, Bitcoin and Ethereum are crashing. Let's look at Bitstamp and Bitfinex. Since the last video, we have pumped up to resistance. We have started to fall a little bit. We were testing the top of this triangle, the support. And today we break down through this support. And now the top of the triangle, which was resistance, should now be support. And if we keep on falling, we should hit this fib level and maybe bounce up to the top of the triangle again. And right now we are testing the middle of the triangle, and if we put an horizontal line at the middle of the triangle, we are roughly testing it. You see, the middle of the triangle is a trend line that has acted both as support and resistance as we made our way through the triangle. As we pumped, it offered a little bit of resistance here, and then we fell down to the fib and we pumped through it into the beach, which was acting as strong resistance, and now the trend line is holding us as immediate support. If we aren't able to be supported here, we should fall down to this fib level and then continue moving inside the triangle, or maybe even fall to this golden pocket ratio, touch the bottom of the sky, which should act as support. And then maybe if the sky keeps on pressing the beach, we could maybe expect some upside movement. If not, we can touch the middle of the sky, but I'm sure hoping that doesn't happen. So my worst case scenario is Bitcoin touching the 34k level and then moving up. Looking at market Cipher, we had this huge anchor wave and then a small trigger wave. Now let's see if this one could act as another trigger wave, being that we have this anchor wave and we could still get a move like this, maybe this one an anchor wave here and a trigger wave here, and maybe get some more momentum waves to the upside. As you can see, the money flow is negative, so a little bit of money is exiting the market. As you can see, we don't have a lot of volume, so this dump doesn't have a lot of volume on Bitstamp, and because of that only we have a little wave of the money flow going down. The VWAP is starting to curve up, so money should start entering the market. Let's see if we can get another green dot here. That would be good, and this one would act as a trigger wave and move price upwards, confirming this trend line as support. It would be awesome. Looking at the Bitfinex chart, we have this trend line which was acting as support, now acting as support again, and if this one holds, we should test the beach again. If not, we should test the bottom of the sky like on Bitstamp. So not too much going on differently here, just another trend line being tested as support. Let's see what the Fibs tell us today. And looking at the Fibs, this is the Bitstamp chart, 4 hours. So we can see that we have fallen out of the bull territory into the bear territory. We failed to test this and hold it as support. So we are now in bear territory at the 4 hour. The RSI, as you can see, the bull trend has lost to the bear trend. At 4 PM we had a clear crossing of the bear trend. The ADX has started going down, so right at this point this was the apex for the bull trend. And the bull trend started losing its strength, and now we have the bear trend starting to move. Let's see what trend the ADX favors, but it should favor right now the bear trend. Let's see if we could make a move of the bull trend up and maybe have the ADX on our side again. We were rejected by this big fib level, the 38.2. We touch it, we really touch it. We also touched the top of this trend line, which was support, now acted as resistance. And both the trend line acting as resistance and the fib line, Bitcoin didn't have enough fuel to pump right through this and get up above the 200 EMA. So we touched it and we started dumping. We failed to hold this as support and we dumped even more to the next 38.2 level, which is right at 37 and 2100. And we are holding it as support for now. So let's see if we can continue to hold this level as support. We should be able to continue holding it. If we fail to hold this, we should test this trend line again at the 36k level, and if we also fail to hold this, we will test the golden pocket level between the 35k and the 34.5k. Now looking at Ethereum, we can see that we have failed to maintain the move up to the bullish zone, so we confirm that the entering of the bear zone, and that is testified by the ADX and DI, being that the bear trend has started moving up. The ADX is favoring the bear trend, starting to gain a little bit more strength, and the bull trend has crossed under the bear trend. So right now bear trend is our friend and the trend is your friend. So if you will be taking positions here, I would be exercising a lot of care, but this is not financial advice, so do whatever you want to do. but if it was me, I would be really careful. But I'm guessing that this is a move that should continue upwards. If we are able to hold this move for me should continue upwards. Let's look quickly into market cipher on Ethereum. We had this move up, we had this anchor and trigger wave, big wave and small wave at the same big wave, but if you took this one, this was a good longing signal. And then it started dumping, so it was a good place to take some profit. A big momentum wave up to the overbought level, we had a red dot here, and then we started moving down, and now we are touching the oversold level. So I'm guessing this should create a trigger wave with this anchor wave. So anchor wave, trigger wave, and then bam, we should move upwards. Let's see what happens. This is not, we are not getting like too much of an angle here. So let's see what happens. We are also touching this trend line, this horizontal support line, which has been supporting us since the 30th of May. We have touched it 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time. So I'm a little bit afraid that it will break. As for the upside, we have touched it a lot of times too, and it hasn't broke to the upside. So let's see. If we break this to the downside, we could expect a move to the 2100 and a touch of the bottom of the sky. And then if this happens, if this one doesn't hold and start moving up to these levels, to the beach levels and the bottom of the ocean, and also this top horizontal trend line at 2800, I'm expecting that a move to the bottom of the sky is to be expected. Maybe a touch of the moon. That would be the final capitulation for me, and then from where we are up until here, we should expect a move upwards if that doesn't happen right away. Now looking at the order book, let's look at Bitcoin. 15 minutes on Binance. We can see that we are getting bottoming signals. We had some orders being moved from this level to this one, which is now acting as immediate support. We also have the spot markets buying this and the perpetual markets longing. This is a good amount of buying of liquidity. Comparing this one to the previous dump, we are having way more liquidity. You can see this was a small pool. This one is a big pool of liquidity. So this should be the immediate local bottom. I'm not expecting more dumpage, but that could happen. I could be totally wrong. As I said, this is the order book, and if someone starts selling aggressively on market, we cannot read that, we cannot see it coming, we can only see it happen. So there is no one that will save you. There is no order book that will forecast that. It would be even better if we started getting some double band signals, some confluence here. These ones are from the 1% to the 2.5%. It would be good if we got some more signals down here from the 2.5% to the 5%. It would be awesome. But for now, this is what we are getting at Bitcoin. The immediate support is between 37k and 36k. We have almost 3k Bitcoins from 37 to 36. And the immediate resistance is at 40k. We have 1700 Bitcoin at 40k. Looking into it, zooming it a little bit more, we are getting support from 36 and 900 to 37,300. The immediate resistance is at 39,500 and 39,600. We also have some immediate resistance between 38k and 37 and 800, but we have a lot of support here, so I'm guessing this is the local bottom for now, and price should move up in the next coming moments. Let's see what happens. Let's look into Ethereum now. Looking into Ethereum, we are also getting more liquidity. The spot markets are buying this dip. We had some double band confluence signals here. This is really good, from the 1% to the 2.5% and from the 2.5% to the 5%. This for now has signal at the bottom for Ethereum, and we are still getting signals. Spots are buying, perpetuals are longing. They are not longing too much. They longed more aggressively here in the past, but spots are longing and we are getting bottoming signals. So this could also be a local bottom for Ethereum, and the most immediate support for Ethereum is from the 2300 to the 22,500. Then we have 5000 Ethereums at the 2200, and the most immediate resistance for Ethereum is at the 2450 and 2460. Then we have a lot of resistance at 2600 and 2650, and we also have a lot of support between the 1200 and the 2300, being that the most amount of support is from the 1800 to the 2200, and the big resistance it's between 2700 and 3000 almost. This is the big one at 2700. We are getting a lot of buys, bottoming signals, so I'm thinking that we should move up in the next moments. This is it from me today, guys. I hope you have an awesome time. See you on the next episode of the Crypto Wave.